Hello once again. Today's lesson is about, before we make our swags, we need to know how to work out the measurements for our board. So if your board is a certain length, you need to know, well, how many swags do I want to put up there? Because it's all about what you want. Do I want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending on the length of your board. So today let's work out how do we work out the measurements. There is another video that shows you how to work out the measurement for your swags, which is the formula, right? So after we've done this, then you go back and work out your formula for the actual swags. But the first thing you need to know is the length of your board, and the drop of your board. The drop meaning how far down you want your swags to go. So that is another video telling you how to work out when you do the measurements for your actual swag. But right now, what you need to say is, what is the width of my board? So let's say that the width of this board is going to be 90 inches. So let's now say, okay, the style that I'm going to do, there is several styles, but we'll stick to the easiest one at the moment. The style that we're going to do is going to overlap. So we say, let's divide it by a certain number. Now, on my other video, it shows you by the time you've pleated the swags upwards, you've got an extra 6 inches or 7 inches at the end. You have to allow for this on working it out. So what we're going to do now is say each side of the swag, it's 7 inches. Right? So we're going to deduct 7 inches from each side of the board. So we're going to cut off here 7 inches and cut off here 7 inches. That is to allow for the pleats that's coming up. So what we do now is 7 and 7 is 14. What we do is we deduct 14 inches away from 90. So 90 minus 14 inches equals 76 inches. So that now is going to become 76 inches. I should put it on top. I just want to make sure you see it. So now what we should say is 76 inches, we're going to now divide it. So 76 inches, we'll put 3 swags up there. So we say now 76 divided by 3 equals 25.33 inches. So what we do now is we now divide this, we found the middle, divide it, so there's 1 swag there and 1 swag there. So we now have 1, 2, 3 swags going up. And each one of them is 25.33. 25.33. So when you go back to the other video to make your actual swag, the top bit that you measure is now 25.33 before you work out everything else. But that's that video, so I'm only going to show you now how to do the working out. So now that we've got our swags, and you remember the shape of our swag starts off like that. That is the shape of our swag before we start pleating it up. So now we're now going to install our swags. So here's the first swag coming down. That's the first one. And notice it's butt right up to the points, which is the 25. Then now, the next one is going to be on top of that point, coming down. So this is before we start pleating. So we've got 3 swags. So then what we do now, when we started, we've already worked out the pleats in each one of the swags. And then now we're going to pull each one of these pleats upwards to start making the swag. So that's now going to go up there, that's going to go up there. Let's draw it in. So that's going to go up there. We're pulling this up there. Then we're pulling this one up here. We're pulling this one up here. And we're pulling that one up there. And we've pulled this one here. So in effect, we now start to create our swags. So our swags has now gone up there. Notice the one underneath is underneath. So what I'm going to have to do now, because I did that to show you the first one, I'm going to have to take this down and I'm going to have to start from the end first. So let's do that again. I'm going to pick my swags up, but from here I'm starting with the end ones first. Here's the cross line. So I've picked my swags up and it's coming over here. So the first one goes here, second one goes there, and notice here the 7 inches that I allowed for, the swags is gone over. That's why we took it off, to allow for this end swag. So let's draw this one in. 25, we started it there. Next one, next one, next one, next one. So that's our swag for the 2 ends. Now, if you can see the marking here, we're now going to pleat our next swag. So here is where it was. Let me draw it in for you. This is our swag that was waiting to be put up. Your fabric. So now we're going to lift these sides up and we're going to now from here start pleating. Notice I've started from point to point. This fabric here is your swags underneath. Here they are. It's ended up there. Let me over exaggerate. That's where they are. Alright, so now this one is coming up and it's going on top of it. Don't forget, I'm picking the fabric up, and that's what I'm doing. I'm pleating 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got 5 pleats there. And now we can eliminate the green line because I've picked it up, and then now underneath. So that's how we work out the calculation for putting our swags on the board.